let's talk about regulating nervous systems, both for our children and for ourselves. By the way, my name is Menzie. I'm a neurodivergent mom, very passionate about cycle breaking, and I talk a lot about emotional intelligence, nervous systems, and regulating them. I realized when I had my child and began my parenting journey that I had a lot of unhealed stuff. Like, so many triggers came up that I had no idea were going to be such an issue. In the 4 years that I've created content, this has come up a ton. So many people struggle with it, and I do have some answers. First, we're going to cover our kids. When your kid is 100 out of 10, they are having a meltdown, a tantrum, whatever you want to call it. The 1-2 punch, what you want to give them is this. You want to make them feel seen and heard. And you want to make sure they get vestibular input. The combination of these two things gets your kid out of that so quick. And once you realize how effective it is, you will quit arguing with them. There is nothing to fight over. Parents waste so much time arguing with their kid about what they're upset about. It is not up for debate. They're upset for that reason. That's why they're upset. End of conversation. Making sure they feel seen and heard is basically you just reiterating back to them that you understand what their reality is, no matter how ridiculous it is. It doesn't have to make sense. It does not have to be valid to you. It does not matter what you think about it. It just matters that your kid gets the message from you that you know what the heck is going on. The more you argue with them and tell them that they shouldn't be upset about it, the more things escalate. And all that does is keep everyone's nervous system dysregulated longer. So please stop. It's not a good use of your time. When they are 100 out of 10 at a meltdown level, they are not going to hear your reasoning, your logic, it's not that big of a deal, we can come back to the park tomorrow. None of that matters. When they are 100 out of 10 upset, your concern is regulating their nervous system. Talking about everything and your plans and what's going to go on the rest of the day, that's something that you do after their nervous system is all the way calm and after yours is all the way calm. Now, for anyone who doesn't know, vestibular input is all about their inner ears and the fluid and their head in relation to the world. So you want movement. Think of things like swinging, flipping, turning, jumping is a good one. There are countless ways to give them vestibular input. One of my child's favorites right now is, how when you have a little kid and you hold their hands and they face you, use their legs and climb up your abdomen and then flip over. Right now, that's my kid's go-to. But when he was younger, I would support his abdomen, hold him and swing him like this and count to get him to calm down. You could just hold them and dip them, like when you're dancing with someone and you dip them. Just do that a couple times. It works so well. Now let's get to the fun part. Grown-ups, how do we regulate our own nervous system? This is especially difficult if you are neurodivergent. I am neurodivergent. I hate regulating my nervous system. I wish that I never had to do it. I don't want to think about it. Don't even try to mention deep breathing to me. I will just get more upset. I will not regulate my nervous system harder. Here are the things that have helped me the most. Everyone is different, I understand. Also, kind of not really. We all have nervous systems and they work like a nervous system. I like the options that regulate my nervous system against my will. I don't want to do the work. I don't want to have to do anything. I just want it to happen. The methods that I'm going to share with you are that. I really don't have to be an active participant. The first one is what I utilize the most, what I've been utilizing the longest. It is an absolute godsend. Neurodivergent brains have a very heightened senses. And because our senses are so heightened, we are very, very responsive to ASMR. ASMR is autonomous sensory meridian response. It is your nervous system calming kind of against your will. All you have to do is listen to these little quiet noises. It's the easiest thing ever. Headphones and listen to ASMR. I've been listening to it long enough that I know what works for me and what doesn't, what annoys me, what sounds like nails on a chalkboard, and what is instant relief. You can absolutely see and hear what's going on with your kids. You can take care of them fully. And your brain be doing all this work to calm you down while you're doing all that. Another route. We're going to think of the vagus nerve. It is this huge nerve that just goes through your whole body and is very significant. If you can shock that sucker, your nervous system will regulate. I do this normally with a frozen water bottle and I put it on my neck. It's not comfortable, but it calms your nervous system, which is all I'm after. And anywhere there's a fridge with drinks in it or a cooler with drinks in it, you have access to this accommodation. I normally access it through my neck. There might be other ways. I think that putting something freaking freezing right here is the best way. And again, I don't have to really participate. It just happens. I have this information. I know that there's this tool that can work for me. I grab something frozen or really cold from the fridge or the cooler and just put it on my neck and leave it there until I feel calmer and better. So that's another route. This one we already covered for kids, but vestibular input. With us, we can't really flip ourselves around as easily as we can flip our kids around. A recommendation for if you want to utilize this as an adult is to do this. To just lay on the end of the bed and let your head fall over the edge so your head is upside down, but the rest of your body isn't. If you're a yogi or something and you can do headstands, that's great too, but this is easy. Next one I absolutely love, and it is so easy. Again, you don't have to do any work. You just have to keep this accommodation around. I can actually show you my stash. I keep a hidden stash of sour ass candy with me. It's in my house, it's in my car. A very strong sour taste can regulate your nervous system. It may be hard for you to believe, but I would say don't knock it until you try it. It is amazing. And it can also be combined with the other strategies I'm telling you. You can totally pop in earphones, listen to ASMR, and eat some sour candy. So you can calm that nervous system from 2 different directions. I realized when I had my child and began my parenting journey that I had a lot of unhealed stuff. Like, so many triggers came up that I had no idea were going to be such an issue. Big part of this was me not really knowing and understanding truly my neurodivergence. I didn't get a diagnosis until I was well into my parenting journey. I was fully an adult. And that, realizing all of the ways I was treated my entire life so badly for all these things that were so out of my control, just absolutely infuriated me and just made me lean more into advocating for kids. Because neurodivergent kids get a really bad rap. People feel so negatively towards them, get criticized nonstop, and I'm just so tired of seeing people treat other people badly for neurodivergence. It is so cruel. They don't realize they're doing it. They're not understanding how this person's brain works. They're not realizing how they're different from them. They're not understanding why they are the way they are. They're taking symptoms to be like a bad personality or lazy, just shortcomings. I've just put a lot of work into breaking the cycle, to making sure that all of the things that were done to me, all the things that were done to my husband, all of the ways that we felt we were growing up, me trying to make sure that my kid does not experience that. And desperately just wanting us all to thrive. Every day should not be a fight. We should not feel like we're treading water nonstop and just constantly drowning. And that is the life of a neurodivergent person, a lot of times in a lot of ways. So many parents have struggled in the same way. You have kids and you get triggered so much because of your childhood and you had no idea that you had all these triggers. I've made short form content about it for years. Now I'm so excited to start putting stuff here too. I really hope this video finds everyone who needs it, and I really hope that you try these things. Part of me feels like you're gonna think those are way too simple. There's no way they're gonna work. You can try to use your words and calm down a kid, and you can have a tantrum or a meltdown. The way a meltdown can go on for an hour, 2 hours, like until they just collapse of exhaustion. Just trying to use your words and conversation to get them to see reason. It can go on forever, and it's excruciating for everybody. And implementing something so simple can help you avoid all of that. If you were here even for a second and even watched any of this, if you even clicked on this, thank you so much. I love you, and I want to wish you the best of luck. I hope you have an amazing day, a great weekend, a wonderful month, and I'm excited to make another one of these.